cult is a religion that has gone overboard. It's a religion that has gone overboard. Of course, now when we want to talk about cults and religion, sometimes we don't want to put a cult under the religion. But you see, the people who are joining it, they are joining it as a religious, as a religious order. They are joining it as a religious order that has what I've said, that has fantasies of success, fantasies of power, or fantasies of things that need to be attained that are beyond this world. I was seeing some of the children that were being interviewed that don't go to school. They really believed in what they are saying. That elimu si mpango wa Mungu. That's what they were saying. Elimu si mpango wa Mungu. And they even had Bibles. They were ready probably to quote a Bible verse, to really justify themselves.
Hata walikuwa wameambiwa kwamba wachome certificates zao because they don't need them.
They don't need them. You can now see that kind of a thing. Now,
good morning, Madam Joyce Mghoi.
Morning, how are you?
We are fine.
Uko wazima?
Uko na fine? Umepotea sana.
Niko. Nimerudi sasa.
Okay. So far so good. Madam Joyce Mghoi, najua kwamba umeona habari ambayo inaendea kwenye mitandao ya kijamii kuhusiana na mhubiri mmoja julikana kama Paul Mackenzie. Na ni mtu ambaye ameshtua wengi because sasa ukiangalia tumefika idadi ya 73.
Karibu 100. Karibu watu 100.
Na shamba bado ni ekari.
Na bado hata hawajamaliza kutoa. It's very sad, it's very disappointing. And so that's why I'm here today.
We are talking
so
about
that we can talk about cults. We can talk about cults and really try to understand what really goes on so that someone can be able to join a cult. What is a cult in itself? How can you identify you are in one? Can you know that that's a mimi inaka niko kwa cult?
Na kuna difference yote between cult na religion?
Kama kuna difference between cult and religion, and how can you come out of it? If you are in a cult, how can you come out of it? And generally the effects of cults on careers, the effects of cults on careers, because as they were analyzing the number of people that have lost their lives there, you could see even people that were doing, well, career-wise, people who were,
air hostess.
Yes, there was an air hostess, and there could have been so many other people, businessmen, maybe teachers, maybe, a number of people that have lost their lives there. Those are careers that are lost. Those are careers that are lost. And even those that probably have been rescued and they are alive, their careers have been interfered with because there are already things that they are going through and they may not pick themselves up immediately unless they get psychological counseling, unless they are helped, so that now they can be able to become normal in the society. So that's why we are here to talk about a cult. I tried to look at a cult in Kiswahili dictionary. I didn't get it. They are talking about ibada. They are talking, about such like things. So it really didn't come out the way I wanted it to come out, because when we talk about ibada, even a normal service can be ibada. So the term cult, James, I heard you define it. What did you say it is all about, the term cult?
It's all about religion.
It's all about religion.
Ambayo, kuna baadhi ya watu ambao wanaiona kama sio mzuri. Kuna watu ambao wanaiona kama haiko sawa.
Those who are outside. Those who are outside. So actually that is very true, that the term cult refers to a small group of people that are being led by a charismatic leader. That leader must be charismatic. And that leader is self-appointed. He has appointed himself or is self-appointed, and he's really a charismatic leader, and the people outside look at it as if whatever they are practicing is not right. But those people that are inside, they don't see anything wrong with it. Actually, for them, they are wondering why you are even not joining them. Why are you not joining them? Why are you criticizing?
Even surprised. Where can you see?
How can you not see? They have really believed in whatever they are believing in, and they are you who is not believing in them is they are feeling that you are the one who is lost, but not them. So people who are in a cult, they live in isolation. That's why you can see they separated themselves. And there was a place they were living before, alafu wakahama. Wakati waliona hapa siku safe sana, hatuko safe, you know, kutakuwa na interferences. So you see they shifted from that place, they shifted now to another place where they can lead a secluded life. So people who are in a cult, they live in isolation. They don't live together with the family members that don't agree with them. They don't live with the society that don't agree with them. And the people in a cult also, they have extreme beliefs that are regarded as dangerous by other people. Other people, when they look at them, they regard those beliefs as dangerous. And then their decisions are centralized around a charismatic leader or a leader who is self-appointed and who is the one to make all the decisions. I was seeing some of the children that were being interviewed that don't go to school. They really believed in what they are saying. That elimu si mpango wa Mungu. You know, that's what they were saying. Elimu si mpango wa Mungu. And they even had Bibles. They were ready probably to quote a Bible verse, you know, to really justify themselves.
Hata walikuwa wameambiwa kwamba wachome certificates zao because they don't need them.
They don't need them. You can now see that kind of a thing. Now, so there is a leader that there is a charismatic leader that makes all the decisions. You cannot question these decisions. You cannot ask a question. You cannot criticize. You cannot make a suggestion. If you make a suggestion, if you criticize, if you question, you are punished. And you are punished in a humiliating way. You are punished in a humiliating way. So that now you serve as an example to the others who could also be thinking, who could also be thinking of asking a question, or who could also be thinking of criticizing, or who could be thinking of thinking differently. So you are put there as a pedestal for everybody to see that anybody who questions, anybody who criticizes, anybody who looks like has a different idea from what the leader has said will go through humiliation, will go through punishment, will go through things that are not very, very good. So this leader dictates the belief. He dictates the belief. He dictates the behavior. He dictates the customs. He dictates everything that needs to be practiced there. And then he demands 100% devotion, or 101. You know, total devotion, and unwavering devotion, unwavering obedience, and really has a control over the team. That is that is how a cult normally operates. And that's why you can see that this is the guy that was giving them all the instructions. Whereas if you see him, you can see he is carrying water. There's nobody who drinks water for very long if they have not eaten anything. He's there.
He's very
I wonder when he was taken to the police, he didn't take any food. I say he's fasting.
But then he had water. What is the water for?
You question, why are you carrying the water?
Why are you carrying the water? So you see, there are all those kinds of beliefs. And he's in control. The leader makes the group think that they are special, and they are in a special mission. They are special people in a special mission, maybe to save the world from something, or maybe to achieve something that everybody else is not achieving. And this something looks like it is, you know, the nice thing to achieve. So that's how a cult actually operates.
Thank you, Madam Joyce, for the definition of cult. Now, is there a difference between a cult and religion?
A cult and religion. Now, we can say that a cult is a religion that has gone overboard. It's a religion that has gone overboard. Of course, now when we want to talk about cults and religion, sometimes we don't want to put a cult under the religion. But you see, the people who are joining it, they are joining it as a religious, as a religious order. They are joining it as a religious order that has what I've said, that has fantasies of success, fantasies of power, you know, or fantasies of things that need to be attained that are beyond this world. So yes, a religion, a cult is a religion, but it's a religion that has gone overboard. It's a religion that is misquoting the Bible quotations. If it is a religion that is a Christian religion, of course the book that they use is the Bible. So they misquote the Bible, or they quote it for their advantage, or they twist it here and there to be able now to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve. If it is to brainwash people, to be able to brainwash people. If it is one that is probably purporting to follow the Islamic religion, again the same. They don't really quote the Quran correctly. They quote it, they misquote it, or they use some Bible verses. There are some Quran verses here and there to actually be able to brainwash the people that they are taking care they are taking care of. So we don't want to really call it a religion. It is basically a cult, but where is it coming from? It's coming from a religion. It's coming from a religion. And actually, most people that start cults were religious people before. They could have been in the mainstream churches, and then they were dissatisfied by one thing or another. Then they broke off from the mainstream churches now to start their own. So they start saying that one is not good enough, that religion is not good enough, that Christianity, that church is not good enough. Now this one of mine is better. And then now from there, they develop their cult and they continue with it. And unfortunately, sometimes it ends in disaster.
Yuko ndani Madam Joyce Mghoi, msikilizaji, unaweza mpata kule YouTube kama Touch of Grace KE. Na vile vile Madam Joyce Mghoi.
Yes.
Ukiangalia Kenya sasa hivi, there is the mushrooming of the churches today.
Yes.
Kwa hivyo ni kumaanisha iwapo tutakuwa waangalifu mno, tutakuwa na hizi cult sana. Na the target audience ni youth wengi sana.
Yes.
Our youth wanaweza kuwa aje affected na hii cult career wise.
Now, yes, it is very true that in Kenya nowadays we have so many mushrooming churches. The reason why we are having so many mushrooming churches is because we really don't have clear roles, laws, clear laws that are able to protect people or are able to make these people who are starting cults, not to start, or to make these people that are self-confessed, or they are the ones that are confessing themselves to be pastors, or they're the ones that are making themselves pastors, or you just wake up in the morning and you say, last night I dreamt and God told me to do this and to do this and that. So yes, in the country nowadays in Kenya, we have a lot of mushrooming churches. Why? Because people have freedom of worship, and this freedom of worship is making people who wake up in the morning and they say, God has called me last night, or has been calling me for a year. And now I dreamt, and now I am feeling, like opening a church. God has sent me to preach to people. And that's how actually it starts. And that's why in Kenya we have so many mushrooming churches because of that. That people wake up in the morning and they feel like they have a call. They have no papers. They have not gone through any kind of training. They have not gone through any kind of mentorship. They have not gone through any kind of guidance. They just wake up in the morning and they say, God spoke to me last night, and therefore, who are you to question? And then they bring this quotation of touch not my anointed, and so they scare you off. they scare you off, and you're not able to actually that's why we have so many mushrooming churches. How do they affect careers? Definitely.
Kamati hapo.
Yes.
Tunarejea na hiyo. How do they affect career wise? Msikilizaji, tunazama kidogo. We are taking a very short break. Tuko naye Dani, Madam Joyce Mghoi, career officer Chuka University. Na kwa basi unaweza mpata kule kwa Touch of Grace KE YouTube channel, like, comment, subscribe. Mambo itakuwa ni sawa tena zaidi. Na tunaongea kuhusu mambo na cult, mambo ambayo mmekuwa mkiona yakiendelea humu duniani. And I think Madam Joyce, kwanza hii topic ni mzuri sana. Because hii ni kitu ambayo inafanyika sasa hivi.
Yes.
It is.
It's happening now.
Now.
Yes. Going forward,
Joyce,
talking of cult, how it affects youth career-wise.
Now, how does it affect the youth, especially in career progression? Number one, if a youth joins a cult, they drop out of school. They definitely drop out of school. And sometimes they may not drop out of school, but they are out most of the time. You know, they say this education, even those that are in school, leave alone those that have decided they will not go to school because they feel that their cult does not advocate for them to go to school. Even those that are in school and they have joined a cult, they miss classes. Most of the time they miss classes. They follow their religious leaders wherever they are. They follow them and they feel that that is a higher calling and therefore they disregard their education. So definitely if they don't attend classes, it's affecting their careers. And they drop out of school, it's already affecting their careers. Some of them leave employment, like now the lady who are being told who was a whole air hostess, a beautiful girl, you know, and his cults hazina respect na beauty yake. Surely, you can imagine. Very so they leave employment. They actually leave employment and they go. Another thing is that they don't fit in the society well. And definitely, if you're not fitting in the society well, there is no way you can progress your career. Because even if you're a shopkeeper and you are not fitting well, who are you going to sell to? You know, you cannot. Then, of course, it causes death. Death, of course, kills everything. It kills the career. It kills everything. So there is also death, and that is also death of a career. There is the paranoia, you know, feeling you are not comfortable, you are fearing, you are paranoid, you know, even when someone greets you, even when someone talks to you, even when someone, you are feeling, you are already judgmental, you are judging them, you are what. So there is that also which will make them not to have a good relationship with people and therefore not progress properly in career-wise. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we have these others that believe that anybody who is not wearing long to the and covering their head and all that, they believe that these people are sinners. Now, if we are working with you in the same office, and of course you are in this other side and me I'm in this other side, do you think that there will be progression of careers there? No, because already there is that paranoia. There is also increased irritability that every time you are with them, they are irritated, either irritated by what you are saying, you are irritated by what you are eating, which you should not be eating, irritated by how you are dressed, irritated by, you know, everything. Everything is irritating them. And definitely this one kills careers. And then the youth also join these cults because of desperation. But maybe that's something else we can discuss.
Okay, Madam Jesse Mghoi.
Yes.
Kuna jamaa anajulikana kama Karonji.
Yes.
Ako all the way from Silwatana, skiza Chuka University Radio.
Yes.
Ameniuliza, how can you know that you are in a cult?
How can you know that you are in a cult? How can you know that you are in a cult? Now, we have already said that a cult separates you, isolates you, puts you away from everybody else, from the people you love, from the people from your village, from your parents, from your sisters and brothers. If you are in such a religious group, if we just call it that, if you're in such a religious group, a group that tells you to cut off all the ties with all your relatives, with all your friends, with everybody else, just know already that is a cult. That's a cult. If it isolates you completely. Then, if it gives you fantasies of success, fantasies of power, fantasies of achieving something which is beyond, that's already a cult.
And I think hii ndio iko kwa kanisa nyingi sana. Unahubiriwa tu mambo na uta process, venye uta succeed.
Unaambiwa ukikosa kufanya kazi hautafaulu. Anakuambia even if you don't work,
you just possess. Just watch out for those ones. Then there is behavior modification, that your behavior is modified. The way you used to behave, you are now told this is the wrong one. So behave this way. There is behavior modification and thought modification. Even what you think, even how you do things, everything is modified, even for things that were not really bad. Then there is the use of statements that make you feel like it is us versus them. You know, us, you know, us who are in this group, we are like this and like this and like that. Against them, those ones are like this and like that and like that. So you find the mindset change, the issue of us versus them, that you people of the world. You ask people of God. Ask people of, this kind of a community and so on. Then they also may have key phrases. They may also have key phrases that they use, phrases that are repeated over and over and over again, such that they enter their mind and they actually change their consciousness. So they could be having some kind of phrases that they keep on using every now and then. And then there is a kind of brainwashing. There is a kind of brainwashing that whatever it is that you used to believe in, even things that were good, they are being removed from your mind and you're being told different things. Then you can also know that you are in a cult if your leader is charismatic and doesn't want to be asked a question. Doesn't want to be, nothing. You can suggest nothing. You can ask no question. You can, all that. If he's just a charismatic leader that is directing and leading everybody there, then it means that is a cult.
Exactly. Thank you, Madam Joyce.
Yes.
On to another question.
Yes.
We have the dangers of cult.
Yes.
So because time is not on our side.
One of the dangers, of course, is death. Have you seen the people that have died there and they're, being carried in gunny bags? It's so sad, by the way. It's so sad. Of course, there is the mass suicide or suicide at your own time, because like this particular one we are hearing, as they were fasting, wewe nguvu yako ikikuisha si unakufa tu, and so on. So there is the mass suicide, there's the forced marriages, there is the child pornography, there is the sex trafficking, there are issues like sexual abuse, there are issues like child abuse, and so on. So there are quite a number of dangers for that. There are quite a number of dangers for that. Yes.
Sasa Madam Joyce Mghoi, ningetaka tukimalizia kwa sababu naona tuko na 1 minute peke yake. Uweze kuzungumza kuhusiana na swala hili. Kuna watu ambao tumeona kwamba ni victims wa ile kanisa ya Good International Church. Na hawa ni watu ambao watakuja kwa society kwa sababu yale mambo yatafungwa. How should we handle them?
How we should handle them? First of all, don't ask so many questions at a go, because they are already processing. They are already also digesting what has been happening to them. So people need to be patient with them. People need to not to bombard them with many questions, and not also to quarrel, not also to ask them questions, like